Okay, so we're going to draw essentially these glasses. I'm going to draw it, and I'm going to essentially, the idea with this exercise is to put things into onto an object. So I've actually uploaded, I don't claim to have done this. I just found it on the internet. Sometimes it's easier if I just find something where I can reference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this underneath my the sheet here. Apologize here. My pencil seems to have run away from me. So so I've got this kind of outline here of a figure. Now, I'm really using this more of the proportion. So what I want to do is look at these glasses. So essentially what I would do is, I guess the fastest way to do this would be to, here's the glasses. I have a front view, I have a side view. So then a matter of it is essentially combining this into a 3/4 view. So I can't really take these. I mean, I guess I could, but the easiest way then is to, what we've been doing all along with perspective. So this is going to be closer. So first thing I would do is kind of draw this outline of this head, right? And so this has got a, very strong jaw here. And so then, typically what you do is when you're drawing figures is you're trying to figure out the center of this object, right? So center of this is about here. The biggest mistake people do when they draw figures, especially heads, is let's just say I'm looking at a front view of a face. All right. People tend to put the eyes up top here, when the reality is the eyes are, think of a ball, they're actually in the center, right? So when you're looking at drawing figures, faces, it's happening at the bottom, because we tend to, as humans, we look at everybody in the eye, and this becomes the focus. So we tend to want to draw them so they're up here, right? That's very typical. And so the reality is we want to draw them so they're through halfway through the. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just kind of trying to make this face a little bit more three-dimensional. And so now what I'm going to do is apply these glasses. And so it's actually kind of cheating, but it's not a bad deal that I've got this. So what I'll do then, obviously, is I have to project it out a bit, because the glasses are obviously not flat on my face. So I have to project this out. And then, it's essentially, if I'm drawing this, these are actually pretty big lenses. So I would do something like, it goes behind the ear. If you've ever seen aviator glasses, they tend not to have the hooks around the ear. If you've ever ridden a motorcycle with a helmet, they're almost impossible to take off and on if you don't have the aviator type glasses. So that's what you're seeing here with a very small back end of it. All right, so I'm going to just draw something based on this, and then I'm going to draw my own glasses. I'm not saying I'm cheating, but we're using this as a reference. And so I have the bridge of the nose here. And then this is obviously going to be larger, this side of the glasses. And then as it goes away from me, it's going to get smaller, right? Because in perspective, when things are farther away, they're smaller. So the challenge is then to keep it symmetrical, because obviously these are glasses. They're going to be symmetrical. And at the same time, you're basically trying to tell a story, right? So I would draw these. Now inside of here, I might not draw as much detail, but I'd probably want to add the feature of the nose. I feel like I'm cheating, because usually I just do this on my own. I draw a head. All right, but this is just to get you started. So, essentially I have an outline of my glasses pretty much done here. But what I want to do, so you could draw a hairline and all that. I think what I want to do, I feel like I really cheated here, because usually this takes me a lot longer because I'm drawing my own face. So what I'll do though is I'll kind of complete this, and then I will draw my own design here. So I'm just going to copy the neckline. All right, so not bad, very quickly, but you'll notice if I take the part from behind it, a lot of it gets lost there. So something to think about. All right, so I think this is going to suffice though for what I'm doing. All right, so not the happiest guy in the world. So what I'll do though now is I'm gonna basically draw my own glasses. And so what I would recommend you do is this, and I'm gonna essentially follow the what we're doing here with the exercise out of the textbook, which is I'm going to draw my own face. And so first one we've done is we've essentially captured the glasses out of the book. And now I'm going to draw my own, right? So you can put it on the same page if you want. So for example, let's see here. Let's just say, I guess what I would do is, I'm gonna make another drawing here. I'm gonna just start out with what is the design. And so this is a two-part exercise. I would recommend you all do it on one page. And maybe for the sake of argument, I'll do the same. So I guess I would start out trying to figure out what do my glasses look like? Let's just say I was doing something different, like I was creating some glasses that also was like a mask or something, or I might do something that's a pair of goggles. And so I would first start just kind of looking at what do my glasses look like, right? So I could obviously go round specs like the aviator, the Bausch and Lomb kind of glasses. And so as I recall the glasses that I did when I was like 20 years old, I want to say they were like this. I was trying to add like a kind of a wing on it of sorts. I actually did see something in the market that resembled that at some point, but I was, just having fun, something like that. So, design your own glasses that you want. Obviously I'm going to sketch them out. It helps if you just have a sense of what they look like from the front first, before I start going, trying to draw them on somebody's face. So I'll do something like that, let's say, and I'll play around. It helps if you're in something like Illustrator where you can actually do one half and then switch it over to the other side, make it right. So I probably recommend that you do some iterations of your glasses first. These kind of look like little owls. I'm not sure I really like this concept here, but it's okay. So once I get something that I'm somewhat comfortable with, then what I would do is I'm going to just draw my own head here because I don't really want to use this guy here. So I might draw another head down here. Maybe these are for kids or for a different market, maybe women. Not that they'd have to be different, but so I draw myself a face here, right? So I draw a big, kind of oval here and try to get it centered, and then start like this. I know this is probably a little light, so I will darken this up in a minute. And so remember, your eyes are actually more in the center of your face, and it's okay if you erase, right, as you go here. So this is going to be more of a childlike, I guess, maybe some kids' glasses. So just get the proportions right. Little cheekbone there. You don't want to go crazy. All right. So I got some hair, a little dew going on here. Some ears are actually about a little below your eyes. All right. So that's kind of the rough outline of what my face is going to look like. And then I'm going to draw, maybe I'll try to draw those glasses that I was showing you over here. Let's see what that looks like. So remember, you don't want your face to dominate. You really want that your glasses to be, or whatever object. But I've got a good outline here, and then I can start. So what you might do is do lots of versions of it. Let's say that you had a client, Bausch and Lomb, or somebody, or guests who wanted to see your take on glasses, right? You wouldn't just do one. You'd probably do thousands and thousands of concepts for yourself. And so you might start with something like this. Then you would take it on a thin sheet, and you'd be able to just draw over and over until you found something you like. I'm going to live dangerously here. I'll just put it all on one page here. So then, I'm looking at these glasses here. So I'm having to do something like this. All right, it's got a little wing up there. I'm not sure why, but I'm just doing it. And so it's coming out the back there. All right, so yours are going to look different, of course, right? So maybe I'll make these goggles. So half the fun when you do this is not really knowing what it's going to look like, and just kind of seeing what you like. You know, we're not robots, and so we can start to do things like that. This looks really weird, I'm not going to lie, but it's okay. It just takes a little bit of trial and error, see what you like, what doesn't work. And sometimes your accidents become an element that you want to keep. All right, so I'm not sure I want these to be a mono lens, so I might do something like this. So hopefully you get the idea here of what you should be doing, right? So not the best glasses right here, but you know, you get the idea, right? So I would be doing lots of these. It's always a good idea to look at photographs when you're drawing figures, and you know, if you have an idea for some glasses. I don't feel like these eyes are all that good. It's okay to erase. You know, you can always tint them. That's why it's usually better to do the drawing before as opposed to afterwards. All right, but you get the idea, right? So, you know, real quick, that's, you know, maybe try to show the glasses on the other side also. And as you do this, what you'll find out is the more detail you start to put in here, the more you're going to add lines here. So I might have the part where the bolt comes over there and such. Okay, so I'm going extremely fast, and I would want you to spend a little bit more time on this, add some more detail. But I think you all get the idea here. So verse one is where I'm taking, you know, I found something on the internet, and you're welcome to do that. And I kind of went over it. And then this one, I just, you know, was looking for a different kind of look. And so again, the challenge is that you don't want your face to be too dominant. So I can't help myself. I'm going to draw a little collar because he or she is a little preppy. So I'll draw a little collar here, coming over. All right, so maybe a little longer. All right, so you get the idea here. So the object here of this lesson is to put something in context, right? So we're putting a drawing of, we're designing glasses, but just to kind of make it a little bit more real, we're putting it onto something in context. All right, so there's the glasses from the textbook that we were using, which was this, my best kind of take on it. And then here's something completely on my own. Obviously I would clean this up a lot, but you know, if I'm banging out hundreds of these, which you would be doing, you know, that's probably a good one direction to pursue. All right, so that is that. I'm going to stop the recording. All right. So